Fantasy Football 2025 first overall shocker. The pick I'm about to tell you will shock you. So I hope you're sitting down. If you're driving, make sure you guys pull over. I'm going to tell you who this first overall pick should be at the end, who isn't right now, because everyone is just going by ADP and consensus, and they pretty much got Jamar Chase as the first overall. We're going to talk about why he shouldn't be the first overall. So we're going to talk about this precious first overall pick, and in fact, a couple of those early picks as well, who you should avoid early on in the first round, and who that actual first overall pick should be and could be that isn't being considered. If you are new to the channel, smash it, tap it, slap it, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and drop a comment below. Let's make this interactive. Who are you drafting first overall if you got that first overall pick? Who are you drafting in the top 4 picks? Anyway, 4 or 5 picks early on. Who are you drafting? Drop it below. Let's make this ultra interactive on this Saturday. Hope you guys are having an outstanding day out here in the beautiful elements. You got the clear skies. You got the sunshine here in the Northeast. So I'm out here doing the outside, back in the backyard video for you on this Saturday to give you guys some amazing content, talking about those precious early picks for Fantasy Football 2025. Again, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. And if you have not secured the solution, you're going to lose your league. Straight up. I'm going to be straight with you. Grab 60 rounds because I'm delivering to you on a silver platter all the optimal players. Listen to what I'm saying. All the optimal players, sleepers, breakouts, late round steals, printable cheat sheet, which I update till the season starts. This thing is amazing. Full mock drafts, walking you through who to pick from the 12th, if you're at the 12th spot, if you're early on pick, if you're in the mid spot, mock drafts, laying it out. Everything, notes on some of the top rookies, who you should draft. 16 rounds, grab it below. Use code WIN to save, special discount for you guys. If you're watching this video, use code WIN to save. I've linked everything below, or head on over to thefantasyfootballcounselor.com right now. All right, let's dive into this. So who is the first overall pick? Who should it be? I'm going to save the shocker till the end, but I want to talk about who is currently coming off first overall. Now, I'm doing a ton of best ball, high stakes leagues, mock drafts, and the first overall consensus across the board is Jamar Chase. I'm going to tell you guys why that's a mistake. It's a huge mistake because, number one, contract hangover, right? He just got paid. He's incentivized. The belly's full. I don't know about you, but after I go to a buffet, I don't feel like eating anymore. That being said, he's still young. He's still dynamic. He got paid. So you could say he's half glass full. He's incentivized. Now he's got to prove himself. He's got to be worth that money. That's very well true. But also, when you have a full belly, you kind of lose a little bit of a hunger inside of you. That's just me. I'm just thinking, logically here. But, barring any injury, he still should get a ton of volume if Joe Burrow stays healthy. Now, Joe Burrow was still complaining about some wrist issues, stuff like that. He's still got to work through it. I don't think he's still 100% from that injury a couple of years ago, whatever that injury was. It's done, okay? And he had a good year last year, but he's still, I was reading notes a month ago or so complaining about some nagging stuff that's bothering him physically. So is that going to take a toll? We don't know. But that's not here nor there. Let's assume that Burrow is fully healthy. Jamar Chase, astronomical numbers last year. And when you are looking at a first overall pick, a first round pick in general, you should be looking at running back. Why? I'm hearing a ton of theories about like zero RB. You should go zero RB and you can get good running backs later. Listen, this is the year out of any year, out of every year should be robust RB, but this year out of most, there's a significant fall off the cliff after the 5th round. There is literally no running backs that you could trust. You're going to get your James Connors, your Pacheco's, your David Montgomery, who's a running back too, for that matter. You can get those guys, but are they going to be efficient? Sure. Are they going to put up points? Sure. But you're lacking the upside, you're lacking the volume, and you're lacking all the good stuff that a top early round running back can give you, the Saquon Barkleys and the Byjans of the world. So first and foremost, I'm just going to completely negate the whole Jamar Chase first overall thing, even though I see him coming off first overall everywhere across the board. Now, in his defense, again, he's great talent, and typically wide receivers, unlike running backs, can duplicate multiple successful years. We've seen it with guys like Jefferson or Antonio Brown years ago, right? We've also had fall-offs on wide receivers, guys like Michael Thomas years ago, Cooper Kupp, stuff like that. But yeah, I think Jamar Chase is a lot better than Cooper Kupp. I never thought Cooper Kupp was that good anyway. So Jamar Chase is out of the equation for me personally. You guys can make a decision. So the clear cut to me outside of him is Byjan Robinson. Why? Durable, ultra durable, great situation. We know that Algier is a non-factor, right? Arthur Smith was there in the rookie year, kind of messed up Byjan's rookie year. Still had a decent year as a rookie running back. not his ceiling at all. And I still think that he's trending upwards, okay? So that is huge. So I still think Bajan is trending upwards, no committee, great talent, still young, working for that mega contract. Hugger is there. So all the positives are there for him. So I definitely see him as a clear cut, but I do have another option that I think could be the first overall. But before I get to him, I want to tell you why I'm negating all the other options. Jefferson, wide receiver, not doing it. And he got McCarthy. Do we put our trust in McCarthy? Is that rapport going to be there? I don't know. Listen, anyone can feed Jefferson. As long as the volume's there, he's still going to eat. But I'm personally going running back. Then you look at some other options like Saquon Barkley. Another pinnacle year. The last time a running back had 2 consecutive years in a row on top in fantasy was Priest Holmes in 2002, 2003. Okay. That being said, I think Saquon's got amazing work ethic. I think he's a man of faith, so he's really honed in and just focused, right? He's got his head on straight, family man, right? Which all positive things, right? The negative things are, coming off a pinnacle year, Madden cover. I don't believe in curses, but at the end of the day, man, it's the Madden cover. Once you are on the Madden cover, you have hit the top echelon, the top mountain, right? And when you're on the top, it's very likely that there's no more room to grow. I mean, there's probably another mountain, but I mean, that's a huge leap. It's hard to, you're already up here. Like, how much farther can you go? Another 2,000-yard rushing season? Very unlikely. Because remember, only 9 running backs have ever done that. And he's one of the 9 or so, right? So for him to do it 2 years in a row, not going to happen. There's already talk about this offense, already talking about like how essentially they're going to work, lighten his workload, use other offensive weapons. Okay. That's not good. Right. And then you've got, again, the pinnacle year, a Super Bowl hangover, which is a huge one. You've got the Madden cover. You've got all these things, law of probabilities working against you. So I'm omitting him as a first overall pick as well, just because I think injury comes in. And I always go to the example. If you don't do this, by the way, but if you're running across a highway, which again, don't do, I'm giving this as an analogy. If someone runs across the highway and there's fast cars going 100 miles an hour, whatever they're going, no, they shouldn't be going that fast. It's not Jamar Chase's Lamborghini, which again, Jamar Chase's Lamborghini videos are crazy. I don't know why he's posting these. It's crazy. Again, is he focused on football? That's a whole other discussion. But you're running across this highway. You might get across once. You might get across twice. You might get across a third time, fourth time. Eventually, God forbid, you're going to get hit. So that being said, it's like, every time Saquon touches the ball, he's putting himself at risk. You can say that, Joe, that's with anybody. Yeah, but he's been so good for so long. Just be cautious, okay? I'm not wishing injury. I'm just telling you that it's very well, he's been almost too perfect. So who is the shocker pick? Who else is there? There's Jahmyr Gibbs, but he's got David Montgomery. Now, he also was the number 1 running back in fantasy PPR last year. Very unlikely it's going to happen again. New offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, is now gone. How is it going to run? Now, there's a lot of guys that didn't perform on top level, guys like Sam Laporta, got other guys. Jameson Williams is not involved as much, which they're saying he's going to be more involved. So a lot of key factors that happened, including Montgomery being out week 14 and on, that really boosted Jahmyr Gibbs' performance last year. So he's out for me simply because Montgomery's going to be coming out on the first downs and getting a lot of the goal line work and stealing over 200 threshing attempts. So who is this shocker? I'm going to give it to you right now. Again, before I do, subscribe, thumbs up, and grab the 60-round draft solution. The only other guy I would consider if I'm at the 1.01, I've looked at all the options. Like I said, Jahmyr Gibbs, the wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, no for me, all these other guys. Who is the true workhorse running back that's young, dynamic, elite, is going to get a ton of volume, absolutely outstanding physically, hungry, right? Who is it? Who's going to get all that volume? The one that jumps out at me, right? You could say Derrick Henry, not young, is a fall-off year coming off a pinnacle year. Definitely not Derrick Henry. The person that jumps out at me and the shocker, if you draft him at 1.01, if you're in your league, should be Ashton Genty. I totally believe in this kid. Now, I go back a couple of years. I remember everyone was drafting Clyde Edwards-Helaire in round 1. And I was telling you, don't do it. Don't draft Helaire because he's on the Chiefs. They spread the ball around. The volume won't be there. He's not as good as advertised. And he busted, right? But you've got rookie running backs that come in, guys like Zeke Elliott in 2016, guys like Bijan doing well. You've got these rookie running backs that come in that are absolutely special, and he's got the special it factor. I really believe it. I've watched a tape. There's nobody else there. Now you can say they're going to run Mostert and all these other guys. Whoever's in that committee, I don't even care. I haven't even looked at who's in that committee. It doesn't matter because they're not relevant. Zamir White sucks. I thought Zamir White would have ran with it last year. He was a great round 5 value last year. Busted because he sucks. But when you're looking at talent, when you're looking at opportunity, when you're looking at volume, when you're looking at situation, you're looking at NFL draft capital by the team, they're going to run this guy. And Geno Smith is not a threat near the goal line, which means Genty's going to get the work. And they've got wide receivers to spread the field. They got Brock Bowers. They got Dante Thornton, who was on the show, by the way. They got Jack Beck. They got Jacoby Myers. They got options now at wide receiver. It's not just going to be a stacked front. He's not going to see a lot of stacked boxes, right? Improved O-line, improved quarterback, receivers, and in comes his dynamic running back who is primed to get 300 rushing attempts this year and a ton of receptions. So if I were to make an argument between Bijan and Genty, it's literally a coin flip for me. I would go probably Genty. If I want to feel a little bit safer, I'd go Bijan, okay? But if you want the explosive playability, you want to get excited, you want to have a guy that gets volume, Genty is the clear-cut first overall for me. I'm not looking back. And the thing is, like, you can't just rely on that first. If we're talking fantasy football draft strategy, you cannot just rely on that first overall pick or that first round pick. You got to have depth. In order to get that, grab the 16-round draft strategy because I lay out a backup plan for a backup plan for a backup plan at every position. So it's almost, it is actually ironclad and it works. So grab 16 rounds. Genty is the first overall 1.01 for me. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment below. After I explained all that, it makes sense, guys. Logical. The process of elimination, red flags, right? Use common sense. That's how you win at fantasy football. You don't win by following the herd or going by ADP. Because again, CMC first overall last year. Remember that? I told you don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Sure enough, he busted, right? Every single year, they tend to copy and paste the first overall finisher on top. What ends up happening? 99% of the time, they plummet. Injury, regression, whatever it may be. Don't follow the herd. Look for where the puck is going to be, not where the puck currently is. All right. Have yourself an outstanding Saturday and a great weekend. Subscribe, drop a thumbs up. And who are you drafting first overall? Drop it in the comments below. If you're in the car, on the podcast, on audio, go over to YouTube. Let me know where you're at. Drop a comment. Let's talk. Let's interact in the comments. All right. Subscribe, thumbs up. Have yourself a great Saturday. Enjoy the weather.